minute, fellas. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Draw Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band. This is the block. This is the block. I'm your host, the Mulverine.
In this episode, everybody dies.
Along with my friends, Jar he goes.
Yes, head in a jar.
And our other friend, Chad.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, folks. We're so glad you're joining us this evening. And tonight, we have a very special episode for you, as we are covering the 2004 science fiction epic, I, Robot. The goddamn robots, John!
Goddamn robots.
High level. Let's get into it.
I just want to ask, Kev, how you're holding up.
Please.
If you're doing okay, you know, if you need a minute, process that legendary actor Bruce Greenwood died in this movie. When his character died, were you really upset about it? Like, we didn't get a shirtless scene, you know, you didn't.
I was upset about all those things. But I sallied forth,
Pushed
as
through.
we do. I did.
Okay.
I did. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Yeah. Sorry for your
Yeah. No. It's totally cool, man.
Brucey G.
I was saddened.
Yeah. Turns out it was the
Right.
goddamn robots, John. Wasn't
Turns out
the
it
CEO.
was.
Of the megacorp.
And to quote Detective Spooner, somehow I told you so just doesn't quite cut it.
Just doesn't quite cut it. I haven't seen this one in fucking multiple decades, I think.
Right?
It was an interesting callback to an earlier, more innocent era in Hollywood blockbusters. Where the one random dude is not believed by anyone in the world and then saves the world movie tropes were abound.
Mm.
I remember it very fondly, and
Yeah.
I have no particular gripes about it. It was just like, yeah, it's fine. It's very, very much what you want in a sci-fi movie, but seems a little bit tame these days in comparison to how dark lever shit gets. It's just kind of a,
Oh my God.
yeah, one man saves the world kind of thing.
Yeah.
How'd you guys end up on it?
I also haven't seen this in quite a while. It's funny, after you threw it up, I was like, oh shoot, I have a copy of this in my streaming library on Vudu. So I probably literally have never watched it since I bought it either. And so I hadn't seen it in a while, and you know, I thought it held up pretty good. It was like mostly like I remembered it. I was a little sort of, I don't know, shock and awe with Will Smith's dialogue in general. And, you know, but I guess it was kind of very Will Smithy and Will Smithy
Fresh
at his
Prince fights
prime.
robots.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. You know, he was super crazy jacked, man. But, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I always liked this movie. I always enjoyed this movie. It's definitely like one of my more favorite Will Smith movies, too. So, you know, it was a pretty enjoyable watch. I realized watching it how many times I have seen it in the past. I was like, oh, yeah.
I was going to say, I think we watched this one.
You and I. Yeah. I believe you are correct, sir. So, yeah, I mean, my knowledge is pretty extensive. I think I watched this like way early in the week, and I didn't even bother doing a rewatch on it. So, yeah, it was enjoyable, man. You know, like I think it holds up like 89%, you know, or maybe 85%. So that's good. There's definitely some good work in here, and you know, it's a good adaptation of an Asimov story, you know. So I'll leave it at that for now.
Word. Or
I'm going to have to interject that it's not a good adaptation of an Asimov story.
yeah, motherfucker.
I believe it even says in the title credits, suggested by the Isaac.
Yeah,
Asimov
I know.
book. So
You're right.
it's,
You're right. I don't know why I said
Basically, it has the 3 laws of robotics, and that's about it.
that.
Yeah, and Shia LaBeouf. I mean, Shia LaBeouf's in all the Asimov books, so.
Oh,
Shia
totally.
LaBeouf is in all of the Asimov books, in case nobody knew.
Oh man,
I heard he was going to be playing the Mule in the Apple Foundation series.
great!
Love it.
I can't wait. Thanks for ruining that.
Sign me up.
That's not true. That is a fib.
April Fools.
April Fools in June. Let's see. So yeah, this was like I don't know. I think for some reason I had a copy of this on DVD maybe or something, and I don't know why, but I know we watched it a shit ton of times together.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
like,
weird.
let's watch iRobot again.
Yeah, right. You're right, man. We did.
Yeah, I think I started off with an irrational hatred of this movie. You know, I was like, this is nothing. You know, I was like pissed off because it was nothing like the book, etc. But then somewhere along the line, I kind of just mellowed out and learned to enjoy it for what it actually was.
Yeah,
and I'm sort of like a little back towards the hate side, not much. I think I enjoyed the watching, but it just seemed like there's just some really weird, like disjointed, like action.
Agreed.
But that started to happen about like, 2/3 through the movie or whatever, where it's just like, 1 minute it's kind of like this like detective, thing going on. There's like a little bit of action and stuff, but not crazy. And then the next thing you know, like robots are fucking kung fu fighting, and like
yes,
Will Smith is like jumping off of his motorcycle with like two guns blazing.
Dude, how early 2000s was that? Fucking
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was like it like tried to turn into like the Matrix or something, like 2/3 of the way through the movie. It just struck me as bizarre. I don't know. I like Will Smith well enough. Maybe it was like the slap or something that has kind of ruined him for me, but I just found him abrasive in this on this watching.
Yeah, I agree.
He was abrasive in this.
Fucking wearing his hat over his 30% over one ear and over the other, and like above the other, eating pie like with a spoon, but like not eating the crust, like
sweet potato pie.
It's just like
digging right into the middle of
it. It's not fucking cute anymore, Will. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold it or wear it,
and
sir.
You're not the Fresh Prince, dude. And I mean, it's like you're digging right into the middle of the pie, bro. Like, what's up with that?
He just
not
ate
even
the filling with a spoon. That's all he did.
Well, it's like you're not even taking a slice so other people can enjoy it. You're just like, duh.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, that is what he was doing.
Douche.
Although I did like the hold my pie line. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know whether I like the hold my pie line more, or that there was a guy that is in the cast as like the pie guy. I want to be the pie guy in the cast of iRobot.
Oh, the guy that holds the pie.
Claim to fame. It's like, what do you do? I'm an actor. Do you know anything? Anything I know? Yeah, I was the pie guy in iRobot.
Yeah, I held the pie.
Sweet, dude. Claim to fame.
So, yeah, Bruce Greenwood, Alan Tudyk,
dude.
Doing some of his great work, man. Absolutely. He kind of stole the show in this, to be honest.
Yeah. Kind of.
Well, I mean, he's so good.
All the robots had his face, so.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, he's really one of the big kind of pieces of glue that holds this whole thing together, I think,
The whole thing could have fallen over without a good Sonny.
Yeah. He makes the Sonny character, pretty endearing.
Yeah, he has just been a favorite of mine for so long, probably since this movie, man. And he shows up in just the most interesting spots, doing such excellent work. He's a great little character actor. He's great at doing like this mocap stuff. He knocked it out of the park as K2SO and Rogue One, and he's done other similar roles like this that he's great at. I mean, he's up there with Andy Serkis in my opinion.
Sure.
In terms of like doing that type of work, and he was great as Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball, and I loved he had a little bit part as the Monte Man in Hearts in Atlantis, a movie that nobody likes but me.
Sucks.
Sure.
I've never seen it.
And
Just gonna
yeah,
have to
very, very.
Go ahead and bookmark that one so that I can just next time
Not
I'm doing
watch
show
it.
Notes, I'll just
It's like shit on it.
So yeah, I really, really love Tudyk, man.
Dude, he was the chicken in Moana. I mean, talk about a titular role.
What?
Heihei, he was the chicken, yeah.
He's apparently
How
done
does
quite
he-
a bit of voice work.
Did he? Yeah, I know that,
Yeah.
but like, how did he do Heihei? Heihei had no dialogue or anything.
He's a very good begawker. He's good at begawking.
Oh my god, are you putting me on, dude? Or is this real?
I'm not. I swear to God, he brought the Alan Tudyk spice to Heihei the chicken.
All right.
I know that as soon as the next person starts talking, you're going to confirm it by yourself on the internet. But
No, I'm gonna
check
spare
your
you
sources.
that this week.
Did you
I'll spare you that this week?
Did you have any additional high level there, Benny? We kind of cast it out a little bit there.
No, I felt like we just kind of naturally segued into Tudyk, man.
Yeah, we naturally segued into Tudyk.
Okay, cool.
Indeedy.
Indubitably.
I'll go back and just add one thing that Benny said about that annoying hat that he was wearing.
11
is that
Ds.
he also wore it to bed. So like
Did he?
Oh,
like,
yes.
the very first scene, he wakes up wearing underwear and that hat.
I must have missed that because of how normal that is for Will
Why?
Smith.
Yeah, I was like, why are you wearing that hat, man? You know, like, why do you have to be wearing that hat,
I love it.
right?
I have to say I agree, Benny, that my view of Will Smith was a bit tainted by the bitch slap, which normally I don't really care about, but I don't know, like his cheeky shenanigan nature was charming, and I just don't find it charming anymore. I'm like, dude, you're fucking just fucking whingy little
What?
bitch. Just as a
Yeah,
weird.
he's like
Totally changed the vibe for me.
You mean when he slapped Chris Rock or whatever?
Yeah, it was just like, what are you
Yeah.
doing, man?
Yeah, dude.
No,
no,
like-
I'm not.
We don't need to get into the details, but this is the first time I've watched a movie since that, and it very much colored my my viewing, which I wouldn't have expected, I suppose.
I haven't seen the actual incident.
It's pretty silly. Like, he just stands up in front of a crowd and does something fucking stupid, you know? It's just like, bro, it's not about you. Just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
That's kind of the gist for me. Like, I don't care about the details. I don't care about the aftermath. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, come on, dude, sit down. And he has that attitude throughout this whole movie, you know? Like, it just seems to be like a core thing for him. So it was an interesting coloring of the character and, you know, the actor for me.
What his slap?
It's just like a
mode.
bitchy thing to do, you know? Like, he just goes around fucking doing it.
No one ever looked more like a bitch from slapping someone like
Yeah.
in that particular moment. But yeah, I don't know if that was it or what. But I just didn't think he was. I don't know. He just annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little. Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, in general or in this movie?
In this movie.
Yeah, he annoyed me a little bit too. I mean, it's definitely one of his better offerings, but yeah, it definitely got annoyed as well. What else about him?
Yeah, he was a legend in the era. This is like peak Will Smith, late 90s Matrix ripoff. You know, it's very much a time capsule movie for me. Maybe not for me. In my view, it's a time capsule movie. Like, it just sponge absorbs all of the tropes of this era and it squeezes them all out. I think your motorcycle double-fisted gun fu bullshit is probably the best example of it.
Yeah. And just like, you know, classic Will Smith, it feels like he wrote the dialogue himself.
Sure. Crappy
Dialogue, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a fucking hip-hop song halfway through it.
Yeah, I really, like...
Wild Wild West.
I think, like, it would have been really interesting to see somebody else do that role.
Sure.
You know, it really would have kind of changed the dynamic of the movie, you know? I mean, there's parts where he's really dialing it in a cool way, you know? And I like it. I think it's the dialogue itself that kind of gets in the way of his character in the story, you know? Feeling me there, Benny, or what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm vibing on a Bruno here, man. I feel like a salty old crotchety Bruno, curmudgeon who hates tech. but it could be anybody.
Yeah, it could. It'd be cool to see somebody like a.
He's a total robophobe.
Yeah.
Maybe not Ryan Gosling, but somebody like that who's got that kind of like, intensity. I mean, he was way too young, obviously, when this movie came out. But
Ryan Gosling as Kay, as Detective Spooner.
I had a feeling you were going to go there. All right, maybe that was a bad example, but, I don't know. Somebody like Bale or him or, I don't know.
Sure, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I warmed up to Will Smith,
Yeah.
for a while there. And maybe I was just used to him or something. And I haven't seen him in something in a while. And
Yeah,
just was like, why has he got to Will Smith it up so much?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know.
Anyway, we're tired of talking about Will Smith. Let's move on.
You said you hadn't seen him in a while, and I ended up trying is a keyword to watch the live action Aladdin with the kids with him as the genie, and it was just so fucking bad, dude.
Ooh,
I couldn't do it.
Oh man, that is so terrible, man.
I mean, I don't have
seen
much
it,
time for
but
any of
I
the live
know
actions, but
balls to bones that it's bad.
No, I don't need to see it because I know exactly what it's going to be like.
that's it. And I mean, Robin Williams as the genie is like, best goddamn thing ever.
I know, man. How could you even possibly try to top that, man?
So I was already a little bit sour on the musical bullshit. So would you guys agree with the kind of feeling that it was pretty solid sci-fi for the time? I remember.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The cars and the CGI is a bit dated now, but
I thought
Little
the
bit.
CG was
reasonable.
pretty
I thought it was-
decent.
I
It
thought it
kind of
held
held
up
up,
Yeah.
I did.
They didn't, and they definitely went nuts showing it off
They really did, yeah.
with million, robots, like armies fighting each other.
I did think this is a good place to sort of hang out for a second. I definitely liked the CGI and the world building. I thought it was good.
Good enough.
For basically taking nothing of an Asimov story except the 3 laws of robotics and the name USR and making it into its own movie. It was an interesting job. They did a pretty good job, and I liked the world building. With the vehicles were definitely cool. I like the spherical wheels on the cars. And like those giant transport trucks, robot transport trucks, and transport trucks in general were very cool. I like those a lot. There was some interesting stuff and some interesting tech. I thought the robots were really good, and just to reiterate, I do think the CGI held up because there's a lot of robots in this, man. Not just the NS5s, but the previous versions, and they really did a good job of kind of bringing them all to life, man. And fleshing out the world and fleshing out the story. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I mean it was decent sci-fi for the time.
Yeah, for the time. That's the key, I think.
It scratched the itch. There wasn't. I'm struggling to think of anything else that came out around that time, and I'm sure there was stuff, but for whatever reason, it did it.
Yeah, it did it, and they did it well.
It feels like there was a bit of a drought after The Matrix, but I'm sure it's there was probably a ton of good stuff. I just don't remember any of it.
I don't either.
I think there was a sci-fi drought around that time.
It just feels like it.
What about the whole did you guys like the whole it's a future world of 2035, but Will Smith's the guy that's into all the old stuff and all the old crap and all the old junk.
Dude, it's so like John Spartan, dude. Yeah.
Oh, it is kind of like.
I mean, he doesn't get frozen, but he's stuck in that kind of.
Yeah, you're right.
I ejected.
Wow.
Chronicles of Riddick was the same year.
Ooh, well, that was excellent sci-fi.
Resident Evil, Alien vs. Predator.
Ugh.
Would be kind of other movies of that year. V for Vendetta was the next year. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. So
really? That was that long ago?
Yeah, there wasn't really a drought, but it just feels like there was kind of a bit of a drought.
Yeah.
This is the year after the Reloaded.
Yeah. Certainly of good original stuff. A Riddick was kind of the most original thing I think came out of that era,
A lot of what I'm looking at from the early 2000s in a list I specifically looked up under science fiction, I don't think are really science fiction movies.
Yeah.
Or at least they're not like, space or like robots or, technology kind of thing. Like V for Vendetta, I guess.
Yeah.
Technically be sci-fi, but I don't
It's
really
like
think
more
of it that way.
dystopian. It's more like 1984.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
exactly. It's like an alternate reality kind of thing,
Yeah.
More on the line of like Man in the High Castle,
Sure.
Yeah.
Like Children of Men is technically sci-fi in some ways, but it's kind of not in the same flavor as V for Vendetta, for example.
Well, Children of Men is actually excellent, man, because it does that classic sci-fi thing of like, really talking about some like serious social issues,
Sure.
but wrapped in a kind of nice little sci-fi shell.
And all the sci-fi tech is so normal that no one talks about it or gives a shit about how flashy it is. It's all just dirty, junky tech, so yeah.
Yeah, it is very junky, and it's very like it's not super futuristic or anything slick like that. It's it just kind of takes place in the future, more than anything, So
yeah, I think you're right, Benny. I think it's like maybe it's not hard sci-fi, but there wasn't like sci-fi. It was kind of just like sci-fi seasoning.
Sci-fi seasoning,
just a sprinkle.
Yeah, the burnt ends of sci-fi, as it were.
Because this is like, for the time, balls to the wall sci-fi.
No doubt. Doesn't get much more than, evil robots.
Yeah.
Evil robots.
Evil.
That look like they're Apple products.
They did.
And named like the movie's named like an Apple product.
I know, right? iRobot.
I think Apple products are named like the movie.
There you go.
or the book, rather.
Right.
Maybe it was just this year that it was like this is the same year as The Day After Tomorrow, the Jake Gyllenhaal drooling end of the world movie.
Ugh, God, dude.
Aliens versus Predator.
Talk about the worst dialogue ever.
And this is the year after Reloaded and Revolutions.
Oh, really?
So maybe it's like I'm hungover from how much I fucking hate those movies kind of year. And I'm like, iRobot, what a breath of fresh hip-hop air.
Yeah, it was a kind of a weird, I think it was maybe like a kind of a weird sort of plateau time for sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it was kind of like, people were like, well, what do we do? And what do we do that's cool? And then like Twilly comes out with like, Chronicles of Riddick, which is just totally different.
Which I missed that
Totally
year.
cool.
I would have probably seen it the year after or something, I think.
Yeah. And then like, you had Children of Men, but just like not a whole lot of other offerings that were decent. I mean, because the Alien versus Predator franchise were just so freaking terrible, dude.
Dude, yeah, so fucking bad. Well, there's your movies around the same era to sack.
Okay, Desac.
Let us depart.
Let's do it. I feel like we pulled into the cul-de-sac and, smoked a joint there.
Boy, we did. We might have smoked a couple.
Yeah, we sure did.
Or like a Chong joint.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder how those movies hold up, but probably terribly.
Oh, God.
I still love Up in Smoke.
Really?
Dude, they were so good back in the
But that's
day.
the only one I was ever really like into.
Hip to? Yeah.
I think like maybe Nice Dreams was decent.
Yeah, Nice Dreams was good.
But Up in Smoke is like where it's at. And it's still good.
Where
Love it.
it's at. You heard it here first, folks.
2 turntables and a microphone.
Uh,
Bruce Greenwood?
I think we're barked, man.
Bruce. What can I say about Bruce? Just always awesome, always great, sometimes shirtless. I love Bruce Greenwood.
You thirst for Mr. Greenwood.
Love Bruce Greenwood. And he played a great evil corporate douchey villain in this,
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even really evil though. He was just kind of a corporate douchey,
Yeah, no, he was, man. But
like they had you kind of convinced that he was like really the bad guy, and as it turned out, it was. My logic is undeniable.
Vicky. Very intelligent kinetic intelligence. Vicky.
I am made out of multiple holographic squares. Yeah, I think I really enjoyed that twist. Like, because even watching this time, I wasn't totally remembering everything about the story, and I was like, oh man, he's such a douche. He's evil. It's him. And then I was like, oh wait, it's not him. It's Vicky.
Vicky. Oh, we're naming him now?
Yeah. I did like the twist of that it was not in fact Bruce Greenwood, but it was Vicky.
And he was dead the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Right? Sugar. Oh, do you think I was calling you sugar? It's free, right?
I love how he fills like the entire cup with sugar. Dude.
Yeah. Might want to put some ice on that wrist. Shut the fuck up, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
More, please, Chad, more.
I love Bruce Greenwood too, where he's just like defending the robots. He's like, well, someone here is prejudiced.
Yeah.
Goddamn robots.
He's kind of got notes of the president from Mrs. Knife. Well, I wasn't one of my friends.
Dude, Dr. Lanning, dude, James Cromwell, he is spitting image of that dude. The two of them are like so interchangeable.
So what do you think that Cromwell and Donald Moffat are like secretly twinsies or something?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess age-wise, but James Cromwell is such an unbelievable actor, dude. And Donald Moffat's great, don't get me wrong, but, he's... Well,
we did an impression of him for an hour. You can just go listen to that.
We did, I know. I don't know if Ben, I don't know if you listened to that or not. But
yeah, he had to do the show notes. He had to suffer through it with the rest of the audience.
Oh, Fair enough. I can picture him right now with a pencil and a piece of paper,
like,
just shaking his head, going, "What a bunch of fucking idiots!" Oh, that's so great.
Oh, he is great, dude.
So there's some Star Trek DNA in this movie because Cromwell was Zephraim Cochran.
That's true.
In First Contact, and Greenwood played Pike in the reboot movies.
Yeah, that's right. Very nice. Very nice. And then we got John Wick's wife was in this movie, and she actually had a huge part in it.
She wasn't just a photograph.
She wasn't a photograph or like an old video, where they're at the beach. John, what are you looking at?
I love you so much,
baby.
Loving husband.
Looking at you.
What?
Yeah.
John, loving husband. That's what I want on my gravestone. Okay, man.
Okay.
John, loving dog owner.
John, breakfast sausage.
You're getting closer every week, Benny, on that Keanu, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm working on my mature Keanu.
You got some compliments on your
different
Keanu falling down the stairs sounds on Instagram.
Oh, there you go.
They were very impressed with your sounds. I like that. So yeah, Bruce Greenwood's your daddy. Cromwell's pretty awesome.
He's the sugar daddy.
You guys were all going off on Chi McBride. I don't know him from anything else. He's really funny in this, but
no, he was in Boston Public, that terrible TV show. I don't know why I watched all that, and then
I don't know why you watched all that.
I don't know why I did either. He played again a similar but more in like a parody capacity, ball-busting chief in Undercover Brother, which is a highly underrated comedy movie with Eddie Griffin. And
give me a badge. You're making me do this. Give me a badge.
Oh, John. Every scene, I feel like he was just like throwing his head back. Oh, John, come on, John. The robots didn't do shit.
Spoon.
Spoon. Okay.
I feel like I've seen him as the ball-busting chief a few times.
Yeah, I do too. This is going to warrant an ejection look up right now.
Oh,
After?
This episode needs another ejection.
Yeah, right? Absolutely,
It
man.
needs less I mean, if we could talk about the movie any less than we already are, we might have to.
My favorite type of
subject
ejection
matter of the podcast.
My favorite type of ejection is when we eject to read titles of movies off of IMDb. That is the best type of ejection.
Oh man, you guys did a lot of that the other week.
That right there is what everyone comes for. The ASMR reading of IMDb.
The show notes for this last one were like literally all IMDb entries.
Oof, man. Sorry.
Kev's gone. He's fully gone.
I'm not gone. What do you mean? I'm right here.
What?
What?
Did you know he used to be in the NFL?
Fuck yeah.
Get out of here. That's not true.
Chiefs, dude.
It's
linebacker for the Chiefs.
He's a linebacker for the Chiefs because he kind of looks like he might have been.
Well, I mean, if he's always playing a Chief.
Oy, see what it did there? See what it did?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow.
Funny. You made another funny. Oh.
No, I didn't make the funny. I just commented on the funny that Chad made.
Oh, dude. He was in Puppy Dog Pals, man.
Oh, I love Puppy Dog Pals.
What?
Yeah, right? Puppy Dog Pals.
What the fuck is Puppy Dog Pals?
You never seen Puppy Dog Pals?
It's an American computer animated children's television series created by Harlan Williams.
Yeah, old Harley Williams, my favorite computer animated series guy.
Dude, isn't Harlan Williams the guy that played what's his face in Half Baked? Yeah, he is.
All right, I've got a great idea for bonus content.
What?
You guys should do a podcast about kids shows without me.
I've never seen whatever the fuck Kev
like
just said. I
something.
just pretended I had. Puppy Dog Pals.
No, Harlan Williams. He played Kenny in Half Baked. He created Disney's Puppy Dog Pals.
I love it. I love how fucking stupid that nugget was. Like, hang on, let me eject to read IMDb and find the random B-roll Disney show made by a guy in Half Baked, because that has something to do with this movie.
For a minute, I thought you were talking about Harlan Ellison.
Who's that?
The writer of I Must Scream, But I Have No Mouth, or I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream, whatever that one is.
Love it.
Unfamiliar with that.
It's the OG evil AI story.
And it all comes back.
I was like, Harlan Ellison made a computer-generated kids show.
Made Puppy Dog Pals about an evil puppy dog robot.
See, something funny did come out of it, Ben.
Yeah.
You're not my dad, Todd.
Grand Admiral Todd. All right, so
Funnier than
iRobot. I forgot about that. Yeah, so iRobot. Anyway, what else?
The robot scene. I like the robot scene.
Wow, Chad, that was
the robot scene.
earth-shattering.
It's very good.
Which one, man?
I'm just saying stupid shit.
1,000.
The one where he's surrounded on the highway and he's like blasting him off his car. He's like, "Yeah, you want some more?"
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
God.
When he comes, like,
Yeah,
dude,
come get some.
Shy McBride's like, traffic control called, said you drove 2 trucks off the road. Goddamn robots. It's like, all right, guys. Do you think I give a fuck what you think about me?
And then it's like each scene, Shy McBride is even more tired of Spooner's robot antics. So,
Right.
like, he shows up in the tunnel and he's just like, "Where?
God damn it,
Where are
Spoon.
the robots, John? Where are the robots?
The goddamn robots, John.
The goddamn robots!"
Spoon, I'm really disappointed in you, man. I'm so disappointed. Nice shoes, by the way, Spoon. Nice shoes.
Yeah, right. I
know
gotta
why.
say, like, in all seriousness for a second, I
Sweet
did think
cons.
that the tunnel battle was excellent, man.
It was pretty good, yeah.
It was really well executed, like a cool sort of high speed chase, with like robots and fire. It was cool.
Totally. It's the way you described it. I relived it there.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
The robots and the fire.
the robots and fire.
You probably would have lost consciousness doing that like spinning maneuver.
Dude,
Right?
that car, exactly. That car was spinning so fast, man.
And recovered in no time.
Or he would have exited the car at the end there like Chevy Chase and fucking Dan Aykroyd and Spies Like Us, you know.
There
You want some coffee? Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
And if he had had hair, it would have been all like blown back.
Yep. The car stuff in general, like the truck scene, the like driving manual, scaring Bridget Moynihan's character stuff, like all of that was not necessary, but like very scratch the itch of cool sci-fi stuff for sure. You know, it definitely is a key piece of the attraction of the movie. You know, you get the sweet Audi pulling up, and they're just constantly on the fucking freeway, like take this next exit. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And she's like, "Are you driving manually?
Does this thing run on gasoline? Gasoline explodes."
Oh my God, I know, right? And then the rest of the time, she is like totally a robot, man.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, you know? And then
again with the Demolition Man vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that, man. That's a really interesting comparison that keeps coming up. And then I love how like when like everything really starts to come unglued, he's like, he hands her that massive, you know, automatic weapon, and he's like, oh, you know, typical stupid movie. He's like, oh yeah, you just aim and pull the trigger, you'll do fine.
Point and shoot.
And she does, and like blows a robot that's like about to choke him to death. You know what I mean? And then like 5 minutes later, they're at the, you know, the warp core for Vicky. And she's like, you know, taking fools down like John Wick, like her husband, dude. John Wick, dude. Like, did you see that gunplay when she was on those little, you know, sort of trestle things or whatever they are?
She's like Cirque du
you know?
Soleil all over the place, just fucking absolutely laying waste.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like shooting every robot, hitting every single one. I was like, wow, she went from I don't know what I'm doing and I almost blew Will Smith's head off to I'm an expert.
She shot you with her eyes closed, spoon.
Exactly, to an expert marksman in like, you know, 5 minutes. That was fantastic.
That's the like. I'm just gonna claim it as an early 2000s trope because it just feels like it is. Like that is just the tropiest of tropes, and I love it. I love how stupid it is.
So tropey. It's like two tropes mashed together to make one larger trope.
That's it. It's when they do really stupid shit to make a movie.
Undeniable.
My tropes are undeniable. Oh my God, that has to be the title of the episode, dude. I love that. Yeah, that was great. And I mean, you kind of broke the cherry there with Shia LaBeouf. I was really trying to
real
hold
star
back
of the
on
show.
that. Yeah,
Dude,
real star of the show. Like,
dude, I love this era of Shia LaBeouf, dude. He between this and like this was his Constantine character. Same thing.
And it was like I feel like every single movie where they could inject him in a small part exactly like this, they did. It was like
before his
and
Transformers stardom.
like,
you know, he's kind of just a bit character.
Yeah,
I got this fine ass little yummy. She's complete and agreeable. Ass hot spankable spoon. Just like what, man?
Oh God, please don't ever say that again.
It's so good, dude. Come borrow your car, mom. Give me 10 for the bus. It's like, it's just Shia LaBeouf fucking squared, dude. Ass hot spankable.
More like
squared, cubed,
love it,
man. Cubed.
I love me some Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I don't, and this is why.
He's fine.
Yo, spoon, yo, spoon, yo, spoon, yo, spoon, yo, spoon, yo, spoon. God, if I could just reach into the screen and slap him, I would.
I was reading an article recently about how they like wrote him out of the new Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, really? I'm kind of glad.
They purposefully wrote him out. Yeah.
In the sense, wait, what do you mean though, Ben? In the sense that like they wrote him out, so they had him like in the beginning, and then he dies very quickly in the beginning of the movie, or
no, they like killed him, like, you know,
off screen, like in between adventures, and Indy's like, "Oh, what happened to Mutt?"
Hey, Indy, I'm sorry that Mutt got hit by that bus randomly. Anyways, let's go get some stuff from the museum.
Right, totally.
That's funny.
I like that.
Sorry about Mutt, Indy. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
I mean, he was my son, but he was a turd.
There you go.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Peanut Butter Falcon, a recent movie that he's in. That's actually quite good. He
Yeah.
his buddies with a Down
Shia LaBeouf?
syndrome dude who's obsessed with wrestling. It's really a charming, funny movie.
You're talking
was
about
good. Yeah, it was
Shia
really good.
LaBeouf?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. Like it's an excellent movie.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just gone on that entire
Would
tirade.
just shit all over the guy who's had a serious drug addiction problem for the last decade.
Who else in the cast do we want to talk about? Or we kind of milk the cast dry?
Sharon Wilkins, the asthmatic woman, she was fucking great.
Asthmatic woman.
Don't you apologize? You're doing what you're supposed to.
Oh, you mean Gigi?
No, that's the grandma. No, the lady that the robot with the purse.
Shit. That lady was,
She was
so
great.
awesome, man.
I love her.
You're an asshole.
You were an asshole.
You an asshole.
I let mine inhale
He's
it
doing
right
what
out.
he's supposed to be doing.
I love that
Don't
she
you
says,
apologize.
you're a asshole.
You're an asshole. She's so good. I love
She was
her.
great. And then she just pauses to take a hit off the asthmatic inhaler.
So good.
Stole the show.
A futuristic
and then keeps
asthmatic inhaler.
berating him, dude. The asthmatic woman. Oh, that's great. Yeah, she was really funny. I completely forgot about that,
No doubt.
He stole her purse!
Naturally, I thought, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So good.
And then we get the first Chai McBride. Spoon, robots don't steal shit.
How many robots, Spoon, have ever stolen shit?
I mean, it's not impossible. There's nothing in the laws about stealing shit for the robots. So.
Yeah, that's true.
This one klepto robot that keeps stealing shit.
Can't kill humans, but stealing purses and shit is fine.
That's it. Well, it's
I
kind
feel
of
like it'd be pretty easy to trick your robot into stealing
That's
shit.
it. That's it. That's it. It's
I don't know. If you don't steal that for me, I'm going to hurt myself. Okay.
That's so good, dude. It's kind of like when you're, you get the autocorrect on your phone and it picks up a random ass word that you misspell, and then every time you type in the word, it automatically corrects it. So you're like, dude, stop, please stop.
Oh, I hate that so much. I feel like
totally
it just defaults to that.
It does, and the new predictive typing just gets worse and worse daily.
How? How does it get worse?
I don't know, man. It's so upsetting.
I mean, it used to be decent. It used to be, I didn't have to look. I could just, go ahead and swipe away and it got it. Now it's just like pulling teeth to get it to fucking pick the right thing.
That's it. Stealing purses.
I know.
Nah.
What
Just
are
like
you gonna
convincing
do?
a robot to steal a purse.
Exactly.
I don't know how, but
I mean, you get one of these Sunny robots in a room with the three of us, and we'd have it convinced to do all kinds of funny shit, dude. No doubt.
Yeah, totally, man.
First thing I do is have it make a little spot that could launch my lightsaber out whenever I needed it.
There you go.
ooh, that's
You mean
good.
like out of its chest, you mean?
Yeah, wherever.
Wherever,
Serve me
whatever's
drinks
convenient.
and shoot
There
lightsabers
you
at
go.
me.
Shoot me a lightsaber, man.
You mentioned Bridget Moynihan and her character being robotic, which sounded like a disappointment thing, and I hadn't. I mean, it's very, very, very obvious, but clearly that's her arc. She goes from being the one that wants to be safe around the robots and programs them to be human to someone who's more human than human. So I kind of dig that she had a little arc there, but she's very fucking. Nothing against Bridget Moynihan, but her character is very damsel-y bullshit, sidekicky, to be charmed by the main guy thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's a weird kind of paella of character. You know what I mean? She's super stiff and awkward and robotic at the beginning, and then later on she's she kind of has that breakthrough moment. She's like, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
When he's telling the story about the car, yeah, Miller gets pliable at those speeds. Just shut the fuck up, dude.
Well, I mean, there's that. And then she finally, I don't know, something, I can't remember what exactly happens, but she's she gets that he's right and something is definitely up.
Oh, right. I think it's where the robot hangs up the phone or whatever, and she's in the shower. The random shower scene that didn't need to be there.
Robertson told me to give you whatever you need. Oh, really?
Oh, really? Like fucking creep show. Come on. I loved her as the picture in John Wick.
I was just looking at her IMDb, and I wasn't pulling up a whole lot that I...
Yeah. I know her from Serendipity, which is this, like, stupid rom-com that's quite charming.
I think I've seen that. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I like that one. It's a Cusack movie. A little bit of Cusack action. Never hurt anybody. Lord of War with Nick Cage was decent.
Haven't seen that one.
It was pretty good. I need to revisit that one. But you're right. Like, I don't know. She's super recognizable, but hasn't really been in a whole lot that I recognize.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she was good. I think other, any issues might be more due to the writing.
Yeah. Agreed.
However she decided to play it, I think she played it how it should have been played.
Yeah. Just on the Moynihan thing, Kev, I feel like the scene with Will Smith and Moynihan with the 1,000 robots in the room is a great interaction between those two characters. Where she's just like, yeah, it'll take 3 weeks to cross-reference. And he's just like, I'm just going to shoot one in the fucking head. I like that because she's just like, what are you doing? He's just like, yeah, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, that's a good scene. I really like that scene, actually. The whole, like, the rows of robots, and then it's like you kind of, I would say somewhat convincingly led to believe that the robot's not in there and Spooner is crazy, and then, like, he peeks his head out really quick, It's really cool. There's a lot of cool moments like that.
And you're also kind of, like, on the fence as a viewer still, like, whether you're kind of on the fence whether you care about the robots or not, whether it's just, like, a toaster, you can just throw it in the fucking trash when it breaks, or it's like, more.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. The two characters there, I think, are on each side of the fence, and you kind of sympathize with both to a degree. But in the end, you're like, yeah, we don't have 3 weeks for this shit. Shoot one in the face, whatever.
Yes.
But I don't know. As vanilla and boring as the writing is between these two, like, she did a good job.
Oh, Moynihan?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like cats? What? Cats. You like cats?
Not really.
The cat did that to you? No fucking cat did do that to me. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I was reacting with D&D Honor Among Thieves. Do you like cats?
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really. I love that shit. Not really good at math. Oh. What else you got, guys?
Nothing.
That about wraps the cast up.
Yeah. I suppose we're in the Vicky very intelligent kinetic interface versus Bridget Moynihan gun fu battle. The twist, so to speak.
Sure, yeah.
My twist is undeniable.
It's very, very Skynet. Well, not necessarily Skynet, but very, like, Terminator-esque with the whole, like, you told us to protect you, and the only way to do that is to make you all fucking cattle. Makes perfect logical sense.
Yeah.
Well, you see everything go down in Chicago, but presuming that was going on worldwide, essentially,
yeah,
right?
Totally.
Yeah, that's funny. I never thought about that, man.
Wherever they sold fine U.S. robotics products, I suppose that was going down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What the fuck, Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky. Really think that through, did you, Vicky?
Didn't think that shit through very well, did you?
Vicky.
My logic is deniable.
Shutdown initiated.
Oops.
Any other notable scenes? God, I can't get that motorcycle jump out of my head. You guys taking another bathroom break?
No.
Yep.
What are you reading, Kev?
Nothing's coming into my head immediately.
Nothing. I just saw that there's a sequel to Joker. I got slightly distracted by
Slightly.
that. Oh.
Okay, I got completely distracted by that. Oh, gross. There's another Aquaman movie coming out. That just took that taste out of my mouth.
Notable scenes. The container bit where the NS5s come in and rip up all the other robots after the motorcycle jump, I don't know. It's kind of
I liked
bit.
okay. Yeah, I liked the I like the container scene when he goes there the first time by himself.
Yeah.
You know, and they all kind of start coming out, you know, like they're not just, you know, like Cromwell says, they're not just stored in there, like powered down. They're like congregating in there. You know what I mean? Like almost like living there, you know? I thought that was cool, man. I really like that scene a lot. And I also like the scene where, you know, he's explaining that, you know, the sort of the Deus Ex Machina and the code, you know, and why the robots huddle together, and you know, like,
right.
I mean,
Why
for
do
all
they
the
seek the light when it's dark.
yeah, all right, yeah. I mean, like all the bits that, I mean, for all of the sort of hacking on this movie we've done, like there's a lot of cool stuff in here, you know, and like there's some really great scenes that are really well done, you know, like those, not just action scenes, but those too, like the scene where the NS5s are ripping up all the other old robots, like the tunnel scene too. I really like that a lot. I already mentioned that, you know. There's just, there's some good stuff in there.
Sure.
I think I could almost posit that, like, at this point, this many years later, it's like those great parts that make this movie a really good science fiction offering kind of get overshadowed by Will Smith's sort of...
Yeah, action bullshit. Yeah.
You know. The goddamn robots!
Exactly.
Goddamn robots, John!
Well, all the, like, Sonny stuff, too, where he's like, you know, I am, you know... Oh, you said someone, not something. And he's like, I have dreams. Like all the kind of like ex machina, you know, does he have a soul kind of shit. It's just like an interesting little bit of flavoring. And then all the Cromwell stuff is an interesting bit of flavoring.
Yeah. And one thing I will say that I like that they did not do was just go too deep on all, like some of the stuff with Sonny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like there's interesting parts and, you know, small scenes where, you know, he talks about dreaming or he talks about this or that, but it's like he just kind of says like one thing about it, and it doesn't go on and on and on like some stupid exchange, you know, like they made it short and sweet enough that, you know, you're intrigued by it, I think.
Sure.
At least that's how I took it, you know,
Yeah.
or I reacted to it rather.
Yeah, other examples of it going the other way is like kind of like Westworld kind of took that idea and ran with it, and it had its moments, but it's a long thing, you know. Yeah, short and sweet. I agree with.
Yeah, it's a deeper exploration of that whole concept. But,
yeah,
right. Yeah, and in general, I liked Sonny's little. You know, he's sort of like the third member of the team at the end.
Yeah,
and, you know, pulls the gun and like does the wink trick, and then like he's off to like grab the nanobots, and he like realizes he has like the stronger alloy, so he can like reach into the thing and grab the nanos, and you know, like you know, I don't know. I just thought that was all pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I did too, man. And I completely forgot that Sonny was like engineered literally to be like stronger and denser and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
So
like as he's going along, he's realizing like his purpose, you know, like why he was put together the way he was and why he is the way he is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and
it's kind of cool.
And I think like the sort of the whole kind of living puzzle that what is Cromwell's character's name again?
Lanning
that Lanning puts together.
Lanning.
Yeah, is really cool. You know, when you kind of look at it backwards from the end of the movie, you see that it's not just like a trail of clues itself. It's, you know, like Sonny is a huge part of that and those clues, like, and discovering more parts of the clues. And like, it was really, because you don't really get a sense of it till the end of the movie that, you know, it really is Vicky, you know, and he had to like go to like all these incredible lengths to sort of thwart her and shut her down, you know?
Yeah.
And then allow, you know, the robots to kind of be born as a species, you know, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, every fucking robot in the world would have been put in the garbage can the day after this whole thing went down, but yeah.
I agree.
I was like, fuck yes, bring the NS4s back.
Let's do it. Let's get more robots.
Yeah, for real, man.
The Sonny thing, I think, like, I actually think it's kind of charming at the end because of how, like, kind of sitcom-y they are, where, you know, he's part of the team, and they're like, so you did actually murder Lanning? And he's like, yeah, sorry about that. And Will Smith's like, but you're a robot, so we can't charge you with murder. Okay. It's just like, oh, all right. I'm surprised they didn't like freeze frame jump high five or something. It was really cool.
Yes.
I don't know. I like that they were like, who cares? You killed Lanning. Because, like, obviously it's Lanning's plan, so it kind of wasn't a murder, but it's funny. It's
it was kind of a Grossman moment for sure in the break room.
Totally. Spooner's like coffee's coming out of his oversugared coffee's coming out of his nose, and it's like freeze frame.
Totally. That's a good visual, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to just talk about Alex Proyas for a second?
Sure, dude.
And I think the reason why I want to talk about him is that he's kind of an interesting guy because he's had like kind of an odd career in Hollywood, and he's made like two of like arguably like the great kind of sci-fi movies, or one of them's not really sci-fi, and that would be, I'm talking about The Crow, the original Crow, and then of course Dark City, which I absolutely love. Like both those movies are like really excellent,
legendary
legendary cult movies, man. Like the Crow is legendary for numerous reasons, including Brandon Lee's death, but it's just so good. It's so full of like style and substance and passion, man. And this guy, and he's an interesting dude. He's a Greek-born Australian director. And he was actually born in Egypt, even though he's Greek. So
he's got a lot of music videos.
Yeah, he's got a really interesting pedigree, man. And Dark City has got to be one of the weirdest and most original movies I've ever seen, and it's got
pretty
an
weird.
Excellent cast. Yeah, it's great though, man.
Kind of Gilliam-esque a little bit.
It is very Gilliam-esque. Yeah, it's a good call, Chad.
Yeah.
So like I don't think I seem to remember Gods of Egypt not doing that well. It came out just a few years ago. Was it?
It's just a Hollywood blockbuster bullshit movie,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was a paycheck or something.
Well, I mean, this movie's been kind of universally panned, although it has a 7.1 rating on IMDb at this point.
Which iRobot?
I know iRobot. Which I know when it came out, it was really panned.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid as a sci-fi flick.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
It's not legendary, I don't think, but it's pretty solid, dude. Like, what more do you want? I think, it could be legendary with a little bit less Will Smithiness and a little bit less tropiness, but like, it's like a popcorn hard sci-fi,
Holy shit.
Yeah. What, Ben?
Aaron Douglas, USR Attorney #1.
Who's Aaron Douglas?
Aaron Douglas from Battlestar Galactica, Chief.
Ooh, look at that.
You mean Chief
Tyrol.
What's his name?
Tyrol?
Yeah.
Look at that. Unearthing some nuggets, dude.
I did not see
Attorney
him.
#1. So he would have been
I did not see him either.
in the scene where it was like, call the mayor, and he's like, His Honor, the Mayor. Must have been in that scene. In the LT's office.
Yeah, right. It must have been when they were taking Sonny away.
Dude, he was so good in Battlestar.
Oh, he was amazing. Love Chief. I guess that's a death for Chrissy Snaps and I, because we watched this together, and like just recently we powered through most of BSG.
Yeah?
What? Really?
Yeah.
How's she hold up?
Wow.
Good. Great.
It's been a long time since I saw any BSG.
Love BSG.
Yeah, dude, I just ejected to find that scene in the film, and he looks like he's about 12 years old in the background. That's funny.
I guess that's like a nugget.
Yeah, it's totally a
place, which I just happened to notice.
Yeah. So maybe getting into the nugget section, one of the writers, Akiva Goldsman, I saw something that was interesting about, I think it's a guy, him. So evidently Akiva Goldsman was like a rewrite artist, like he got brought in to rewrite a bunch of shit, and he is known for rewriting and finalizing the scripts for Chronicles of Riddick, Constantine, The Sum of All Fears, and Master and Commander, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, the writing in this is kind of bland, but I do find it interesting where it's like writers that write their own shit and then the writers that get brought in to clean shit up. And like Constantine and Riddick in particular are like two super solid movies. So
Yeah, 100%.
He's apparently one of the showrunners on. He's one of the creators of Strange New Worlds.
Oh wow!
You mean the Star Trek series?
The Star Trek series.
Ooh,
Yeah, cool.
Something that I definitely want to watch.
Which is quite cool.
Is it good? Yeah,
Yeah,
He
it's
wrote
very
Beautiful
good.
Mind as well. Yeah, so pretty accomplished writer.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. You wouldn't have thought this would have gotten shit on as much. It seems like it would have been a pretty good blockbuster, but clearly not.
Nope.
Yeah, I think the screenplay was originally written by the Jeff Fintar dude, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then like I watched a video where like that script like went through like Hollywood hell essentially trying to find a home, and then they decided to make it and turn it into iRobot. Essentially, they like decided to add the Asimov aspect to it.
Right.
So they brought him back in to like add some stuff, and then when Will Smith came in, they brought in Akiva Goldsman to like Hollywood it up a little bit, to jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely didn't need that, man. I think it would have been cool to kind of go back to Proyas for a second. Like, I don't know, like just knowing that this guy made The Crow in Dark City, it's like I really would have been interested to see what he would have done if they had just left him alone to make this story.
Yeah.
Because I definitely get the sense, like just listening to what you guys were just talking about and, thinking about those two films, like, that it might have been very, very different and very what?
Apparently the original script was more like a sci-fi whodunit, like a sci-fi Knives Out
like
kind of a thing.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the original sort of idea. Like it all took place on like one floor of a building, and it was
right
more.
It would have been cool.
It was like actually like a play.
Okay.
And then it ended up turning into this.
Wow.
So it had gone quite a long way before Alex Proyas ever got his hands on it.
I could see that though. Like, I'm just looking at the box office shit, and the budget was 120, and it made 350, so it doubled its money. Like, I guess you wouldn't have spent 120 million making the play version of this, but I could see a bunch of studio heads being like, "Nah, we need to make some money here, Hollywood it up, get it done." Seems to be what happened.
Yeah. Add a bunch more special effects.
Yeah.
Add some explosions.
I don't know. It's a solid popcorn sci-fi.
Will Smith jump off of a motorcycle with two guns blazing.
Because that makes total sense.
He won't get hurt at all.
Go some sweet jumps.
Sweet jumps, bro.
Any other nuggets?
No.
Nope. What do you got for deaths then?
Not a lot. Just
Lots
a couple
of
of
ejections.
weirded. Well, yeah, I probably didn't record nearly as many as there were,
You're
but
too busy reading about Aquaman.
I guess the only one I actually recorded was the Will Smith super mega everyone comes for the ride ejection death.
And what was that one again?
Everybody, I'm back.
Yep.
Oh,
Me, Aquaman.
hey.
Yeah.
Duncan Golas.
Duncan goes, bro.
Oh, if we're in the death section, I need to take a off-the-air death. Last night, I went to a quiz night, and the first question was, what are the 3 Arnie movies from the 80s that only have a one-word title? And I got one of the 3 of them wrong, and I need to take a death for it. So can you guys name the 3 single-word Arnie movies from the 80s without looking it up?
Terminator
And Predator.
Close. I made the same mistake. It's The Terminator.
What? Oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
freaking-
It was Commando.
That's nitpicking.
Commando, Twins, and Predator.
Holy shit.
So it's nitpicky, but it's true. I'll take a death for it.
Yeah, no. That's fucking nitpicky. And
That's
dumb.
fucking dumb, man.
I would
I
have
agree.
I would have got up and literally smacked the fucking.
I
post with the
actually went
microphone.
up and was like, "Dude, it's Terminator, dude." And he was like, "Nah." Okay, fine. Yeah.
You were like, I make a nerdy podcast.
The 2 words, Terminator. Sit down,
That
sir.
makes the whole question irrelevant,
It kind of
in my opinion.
All right, well, I'll take a death even if you disagree.
Well, you just got your death, dude, but you need to tell that nerd to stand down.
Stand down, sir.
No, the other word is the.
Don't you come in there and bark at me like a junkyard dog.
Like our dog. You got a chip in the game.
Big chip in game.
All right, ratings.
Well, they weren't friends of mine. Well, let's just take it. Let's just take the money. All right, ratings. I'm going to go ahead and rate this movie a...
It's a 5.
It's fun.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, it's a 5. I'm going to just be a douche this week. Yeah, it's a 5. It's
Love
good. It's in some good company, but, yeah, it's a 5. Next.
It's not a 5. It's 4.6. It's better than Lord of the Rings.
No.
Because fuck Lord of the Rings.
So closer to 5 than it is to 4.
It's in good company, though, right? Right, Kev?
Yeah.
It's better than Hackers. It's better than Over the Top.
It is in good company. No, it's not as good as Over the Top, no.
Yeah. There's not enough sleeveless school military jackets.
And Brute Cologne.
Not enough Brute Cologne.
Ugh.
Not enough front of the truck workouts or weird shit that you guys wouldn't. I think maybe it's
God.
Kev wouldn't shut up about, like the incestuous stuff. I gotta revisit that one, dude. That was a funny one.
All right, Ben, give it your 5 so we can move on.
I was gonna just be lockstep with IMDb. Give it a 7.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think I've given anything a 5. For me, a 5 would be like meh.
No, I know that, but my 5 was like a spiting Chad's algorithm 5.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that's a 4.9.
There you go.
Kev, Benny, you gave Marked for Death a 0.0735.
Wow.
Oh no, I've gone below 5.
Oh, okay.
I haven't actually given anything.
No, you did actually. You gave Red Dawn a 5.
Oh, okay.
Demolition Man a 4.5.
Well, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a reasonable one.
I just listened to the Red Dawn episode the other day. It was
Red Dawn
for
Chong.
me. For me, it was soul crushing.
Really?
Because I love that movie so much, and you guys are just like, this sucked.
Well, it was the scene where the dads were in the concentration camp for 15 minutes.
Yourself, dude.
It's like, we've been surviving in this concentration camp for 8 minutes. I'm so hungry. I love you, Dad.
Who's the director?
The director was Walter Sobchak.
Yeah, it was Walter Solchek's fucking Second Amendment fucking wet dream.
Exactly.
Movie, basically.
Exactly.
I love it.
Oh, man.
You gave Demolition Man, Johnny Mnemonic, Christmas Vacation, Running Man, and Next of Kin all 5s, Kev.
I did?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Running Man. That was a humongous childhood disappointment. Wow. I want to throw one more thing out about this movie because we all loved this character in The Expanse. Is Terry Chen is in this?
Yeah, what character was Chin? I don't remember Chin.
I have no idea. He was probably some thug number 4 kind of situation, but
okay.
He was in it. So we all talked about how much we loved Prax in The Expanse. So I just thought I'd throw that.
Oh, he was Prax. No shit.
Yeah,
bro. Remember?
I
and
love
then
Prax.
He was in a bunch of other stuff too. That we kept finding him in these randomest weird places. I
think he was the Rolling Stone dude from Almost Famous.
He was. That's exactly right. Yeah.
There are 2 Chins in this movie.
What?
Like the Colombian dude from Clear and Present Danger?
Peter Shinkoda as Chin and Terry Chen as Chin.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Are they just confused?
I guess.
No, there was another Terry.
I don't know. It was either Peter Shinkoda or Terry Chen. I'm not sure. We'll just put them both in.
There was another thing that we saw Terry Chin in that we really... Ooh, whoa. He was in Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome? Damn, dude. This guy is in everything.
Love it.
River World.
I love how we're IMDbing again.
a world where only rivers exist.
Starring River Phoenix.
In this IMDb, everybody dies.
Yeah. Right.
The fucking boredom.
Oh my god. All right, let's just end this, man. Oh no, bro. I remember
he was
all right.
Piddly Pups from Disney.
Oh, he was on the Detroit Tigers.
He's in Puppy Dog Pals. I love that show.
What'd you say, Ben? He played for the Detroit Tigers?
Played for the Detroit Tigers, man.
He played the whole team in that baseball movie.
And in addition to the playing for the Tigers and Puppy Dog Pals, I forgot that he was one of the mercs in Chronicles of Riddick. Because I remember when we watched that, we were like, dude, that's Brax. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that.
So now you like my waste of time.
I love it. Yeah, so it was totally worth it.
Sweet.
Anyway. Yeah, I know. It's great. Anyway, whatever your name is, what are we doing next week?
I propose The Rock.
Oh my god, dude. Yes, let's listen to Ben do that all.
I am so in. We
Yes.
haven't done one in a long time.
You know why they call it The Rock?
It needs a physical correction. Why?
It's a euphemism for my penis erection.
Oh, wow. Good.
I've been hiding Viagra under my pillow in my shelf for weeks.
Dude, that was the most like Kev thing you've ever done.
So I'm
you just
bored.
like you dropped that whole thing and then you started hysterically giggling on the floor, dude.
I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that was why it was great. Anyway, so okay, great. Rock. Can't wait for that. I have either never seen this movie or
No
it was
way.
so long ago that I just don't remember any of it. 'Cause
Oh,
it was-
you're in for
I
a
think it was
fucking
dumb.
treat, man. It is so
Great.
ridiculous.
You know what'll only make this even sweeter is if this thing is on Tubby for free.
Tibby. Throw some commercials into that motherfucker.
Yeah, baby. Because everybody needs more commercials. in
Tubby
their
for
life.
free. The official streaming service of the EBD podcast.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, there you have it, folks. The Rocks next week. Get excited for that. And more Sean Connery impressions than you can shake a stick at. And, of course, thanks for joining us for our very meandering
Talking around iRobot.
coverage of iRobot with the numerous cul-de-sacs and injections. Thank you for sticking with us. And that's it. We'll see you later. This is Mulvey saying so long for now, folks.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
And that is going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this week's episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/213. If you'd like to support the show, folks, there's a number of ways that you can do so. You can rate us and you can review us on iTunes. Also, you can support us on Patreon directly, patreon.com/EBD podcast. And then, of course, you can also tell friends and loved ones to check out the show. This is a great way to help us grow the show, and we super appreciate it. We're just very appreciative that you guys have stuck with us for all this time, for these 213 episodes. So thank you for that. And last but not least, you can always join in on the conversation on social media, on Instagram. @EBD Podcast is the handle we use. So, without further ado, thanks so much for joining us for iRobot, and we'll see you next week for The Rock. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop it, do it.